the Jordanians announced that they'd attacked very near Pardes, in the UN government house, on the Tayalet in Jerusalem. There's a building that they'd attacked the UN government house, and we're like, no, they haven't. And then we hear on the radio they've announced to their people that it's in their hands. About 45 minutes later,
the Egyptians,
the Jordanians, the Jordanians are trying to show the Egyptians they're playing their part as well. We think they're just showing off, but 45 minutes later, they did attack government house. Then we heard on the radio that they've taken Mount Scopus. We say no, they haven't, but then we put the dots together. Each time they announce something, they're boasting so much. They're doing it before they are attacking the place that they're going to attack Mount Scopus. And at that point, Moshe Dayan says, "It's only 12 o'clock in the morning." He says, enough already. Actually, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. He said to the troops, start crossing up to these hills, because the Jordanians are in on this war. They've crossed the front line, and we can do it because he actually called the troops back from the Sinai. We don't need half the troops we sent down to the Sinai. And so the people came back. The problem was the tanks weren't ready, the equipment. And now he says, cross these minefields in order to come and take these positions. And we'll go and see the memorial in a second. The loss of Israeli life was very, very high. We had no idea we were going to win the war. We didn't win it in 1948. There was a difference. In 1948, the Jordanians were trained by the British. In 1967, they weren't being trained by the British anymore. In 1948, we were an illegal army. We didn't have proper training. In 1967, we had 19 years to train for it. And in very difficult fight, you can imagine this was a Jordanian. You can imagine seeing Israeli troops coming up the hill. They're crossing minefields around here. It's an incredibly difficult battle. There's an amazing